Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and it's the first day of the NCAA tournament. But right now we're going to do our daily NBA show with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We've got 4 games tonight in the NBA. Joe Duffy, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Peter. That Costa Rican coffee coming in handy now.
All right. We got 4 games, but just quickly tell us what's going on at OffshoreInsiders.com. Are you going to kill it in the NCAA tournament?
Working too hard to not, and we've got plenty of late afternoon and nighttime stuff.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, we got 4 games. I got one that I'm thinking about. For a while, I was thinking that the Knicks were just overvalued game in and game out, but they're a 1-point home favorite against Minnesota, and Minnesota is having maybe more problems than the Knicks, right? They're on a back-to-back. They lost at Toronto in their last game. The Knicks actually beat the Spurs at home in their last game, and I don't care what the schedule was, what the scheduling spot was. Anytime you beat the Spurs in your last game, that says something about, what team you're putting on the court. Minnesota did cover their last game, even though they lost, but they lost their last 5 in a row before that. They also lost 10 of their last 11 straight up, and the Knicks, have a few more straight up wins here and there. So putting it all together, I'm thinking maybe the Knicks at home -1 is a good play. Do you agree with that, Joe?
There is a theory, and by the way, I think this is the NBA's version of the College Invitational Tournament. But there is a theory similar to yours that people think if a team has a rare chance to win, especially at home, now in this case, both are bad teams that have a rare chance to win, but the Knicks, especially at home, that they're usually a good play. When I've run kind of angles to see about teams that are small favorites when they have a terrible winning percentage, it doesn't really produce all that much either way. But you are correct. The Minnesota is been playing terrible as of late. They've got the worst net rating in the last 5 games at -12.6, while Knicks aren't all that great themselves, but -6.3 during that span is better. Although if you go over the last 15 games, it's the Knicks with the worst net rating at -12.1, when Minnesota is -7.1. And again, net rating is offensive and comparing offensive to defensive points per 100 possessions. But all in all, you do bring up some good points, and I think the Knicks are playing, I don't even want to say better, but they're playing less worse over the last 5 games, and especially with the small number at home, probably a decent percentage play.
All right, and then also another sort of interesting situation with a team on a back-to-back. Utah's on a back-to-back. The Lakers are at home getting 4.5 as a home underdog. Lakers 10-2 against the spread over their last 12. And I don't care what you say, what stats you got, that's an impressive record right there. Lakers undervalued right now, right?
Exactly. Remember, this fits very firmly into my dichotomous straight up and ATS theory, where the Lakers, as you said, 10-2 their last 12, despite only 17 wins and 49 losses on the year. And what that says is when a team is, they're covering, but they're not winning straight up, that they are going to be undervalued. The one thing that makes me a little bit nervous is I said that I like to use contrarian information. This is a rare case where the public isn't going all that nuts over the road favorite. As we said, usually when you have a road favorite, especially of maybe 3 or more points, you got the public, the betting trends will say about 75%, sometimes 80% of the people who bet on the game are betting on the road favorite. I think the last time I checked, it was about 59%, which again, for road favorites is pretty low. But still, all in all, I would have to agree with you that the Lakers are fit too firmly into that dichotomous straight up and ATS theory, and I would lean towards the Lakers.
All right, well, we got 4 games tonight. I don't think I need to deliberate. I will give the Knicks -1 at home as an official pick for the purpose of these videos. And Joe Duffy, we got 4 games tonight. Are there any that you want to single out as a free pick for us?
I'm going to give one official free pick tonight. I'm going to go with New Orleans. As we know, obviously, Anthony Davis looks like he is back to 100%, to say the least. He's played 40-plus minutes over the last 2 games, so he is clearly back to being healthy. They are 20-4 against the spread when not laying more than 2 points. I think the first opening line at some of the lower volume places actually had them as an underdog, which I was surprised. But when they're not laying more than 2 points, they've done extremely well. Suns, meanwhile, are 2-17 at home when they are seeking revenge for a loss in which they allowed at least 50% shooting when they were a road underdog. The Phoenix, the 3rd worst offensive efficiency in the last 5 games in the NBA, only 96.1 points per 100 possessions. With Anthony Davis back to being at the top of his game. I think I'm going to go with New Orleans as your official free pick.
All right, thanks so much, Joe Duffy. New Orleans -1.5 is the line right now. And before we let you go, just give a quick overview of offshoreinsiders.com, what that site's all about, and what you got going on right now with March Madness.
The Lord of the Big Dance. You know, it depends on what time you watch this, late afternoon and night. We've got plenty of winners as well, but we also have a package just for March Madness, and I know I already have 2 Wise Guy plays up for Friday, and Wise Guy plays are the strongest play in the handicapping industry at offshoreinsiders.com.
All right, sounds great, Joe. Thanks.